respect the past, be open to the future. Today on Fortitude Through Stoicism, and this is my 365-day journey of implementing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism into the life of this modern masculine man. Can barely hold in my smile today. Back in Tampa, got off that plane, got the big warm hug, love being home, and because that rocking the range day shirt with the palm trees, got my Tampa colors on, but so good to be home. Actually one day early this week, such blessings. I got a lot from today's lesson, and got a little choked up reading this one because it brought me back to one of my mentors, and I might not go down that path just because I get all emotional, but this one's impactful. And the quote by Seneca: "Won't you be walking in your predecessors' footsteps? I surely will use the older path, but if I find a shorter and smoother way, I'll blaze a trail there." The ones who pioneered these paths aren't our masters, but our guides. Truth stands open to everyone. It hasn't been monopolized. So much here. And Ryan Holiday points out traditions, right? Traditions are often time-tested best practices for doing something. And I always use the example, people used to ride horses across the country, but I'd rather take a plane, right? So that's respecting the past, being open to the future. Remember, today's conservative ideas, like getting on a plane from LAX to Tampa, like I just did, conservative, everyone does it. That was once controversial, cutting edge, innovative. Remember the thought of a plane, people actually flying? This is why we can't be afraid to experiment with new ideas. Here's my frustration. I'm a process guy, right? And I was working with John Parker, who I consider a mentor. He's the founder of JSP Home Services, who went to an exit, but he had a sign on his wall, and it basically said, if you're not contradicting yourself, you're not actually thinking. Because I would challenge him all the time. I'm like, John, you said. He said, yes, I did say. But he goes, now it's different. And I realize he's absolutely right. Information changes so quickly that what once was can no longer be again, because everything has changed. There's new variables, there's new opportunities, there's new threats. A lot of people get stuck in doing things the way that they've always done them. And I'm going to talk about this, right? Because this is where people are afraid to take new paths or new experiences because what they're doing works. Yes, it does. 100% it does. But how do you know there's not a better way? And I'll use my own example, my own stubbornness, my own frustrations. There are many books that have significantly impacted my life. This particular book, again, The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss, who is considered a modern-day Stoic. People have been telling me about that book for 15 years, and for 15 years I'm like, no, I refuse. I don't want to work just 4 hours a week. I love it. Can't call it work. Can't. It's not. Love it. But if we're going to label something, let's call it work, right? I love what I do. I love it. So I refused to actually read that book. And then when I actually read that book, I realized it was about ultra optimization. That book encouraged me to get my team, well, it started with Powell, right? I got Powell, my executive assistant. I used a consulting firm who personality profiled me, took the list of things I needed the person to do, and trust me, I'm a complicated dude. I got a really intense personality profile. Takes a special person to work with me. And then what I needed that person to do was pretty special as well. So it took a while to find my executive assistant. She's in the Philippines. She changed my life, organized my chaos, allowed me to be a trailblazer, and she could go behind me and kind of clean up the collateral damage as we went along, right? Put in systems and process together. We built a team. The team has grown. Now she manages the team. My team is helping other teams because of her. And what that has done for me, in my position as a PM, I go into a client, I have a discovery period, okay? And in a very short period of time, I got to figure out all the wants and needs of a client, but then how to build the solutions in a consulting manner and also to educate the client to get these results, right? A lot of times it's to save a business, 50% of the time. Most PMs go through this, several hour discovery period, and then they spend all this time building our reports and doing all this stuff. I've put all these systems and process in place, and POW does the majority of that. So while other PMs are in their hotel room at night doing a report because we got to be on a plane and go to the next one, like you are on a clock. It has to happen. Like you have a very intense open, a close. You're closing a major consulting package is what you're doing. Building, being the architect of the plan, closing the deal, getting the check, getting the plane going. Time window, because I'm 2 days. So these other PMs, they spend all this time doing these reports, and so they get burned out. That's why the burnout rate in this, what I do, is 7 months. I don't do that. I don't do that. I respect the way that they did that. I respect the past. But I was open to the future. I was open to the future. So now, while they're doing the reports, I go to the gym to get my second workout of the day. Then I'm in the sauna. Then, twice a week, I'm getting a massage. Travel's brutal. I mean, you're in a chair, then a little scrunched up, and then So yes, I'm prioritizing according to my commandments. I'm respecting my overall well-being. So while other PMs are doing reports, I'm doing self-care because I'm open to the future. And the future for me was delegation, delegating the tasks that I'm not good at, don't want to do, right? Or are too time intensive to delegate to someone else. POW has changed my life. I literally could not do what I do. Would not do. Zero chance I would do what I do without her. Also to note, I'm the only project manager ranked in the top 40 in the country that pays his own team out of his pocket. The only one. Because I'm building a business, right? This is for me. Other people sprint and peter out, right? But because I take care of my body, because I have these systems and process in place, I'm sprinting for a marathon. And so that's what I've built here. And it's because I'm open to the future. And it was delegation. It was 15 years of being a stubborn. Changed my life. I didn't even finish the book. I didn't finish the book. I got what I call my golden nugget, right? I found a big one, because then in my head, all the dominoes, I do systems and process. And so then I just plugged that into what I do, and all of a sudden everything aligned and I could see it all. I'm like, oh my God. She communicates with my consultants, she communicates with my tax attorneys, she communicates with my analysts that work with me, she communicates with my entire support team. I'm working with my client or working on me. She does everything else. It has changed my little existence. And because of that, I'm very, very, very successful out of the gates doing what I do. More so than I should be, way more so than I should be. So I'm climbing the rankings very, very quickly. You know, and again, I started the year late, so the cash collect is behind, but again, I'd already be in the top 15 you analyze my cash collect. And I'm just getting started. And that's with low ranked projects, because again, they go out by ranking. So what I do is very, very super competitive, very tip of the spear, very high end. These guys are good. These are some of the best business minds in the entire country do what I do, right? It's the very tip of the spear, special forces, that's it. I would have never have gotten here if I stayed in my past ways, right? Because the way I was always doing things, right? This has changed my life. And I guess this actually turned into a testimonial for my team, right? Because again, I record this video and they do something with it. This is my accountability, but I don't do whatever happens after this. I don't know that I have the ability to, or it would take me so much time, it would take away from the other things that I'm doing. So because I'm using my time for my highest and best use of my time and talent, advising my clients, running my businesses from a leadership standpoint, coaching my clients from a leadership standpoint, then my team does everything else. Like, I only do the high impact stuff. The revenue producing stuff, the high revenue producing stuff is the only thing that I do. Team does everything else. I would have never gotten here if I stayed in my past ways. Very humble now because a little tiny Filipino girl literally runs my entire business and she's very, very good at it. So, one more thing before I'm out of here for the day. I do want to mention accountability. So I know the other girl on my team, Kate, who's also amazing, she's going to talk about accountability. And then I'm out of here. So I've been on this stoic journey now since the beginning of the year, January 1st. I talked about living a frugal life and, you know, through my travel, how I've resold my boots a number of times and I was going to keep using the same boots until I wore out the sole. Well, here's my accountability. You can see that I've actually worn a hole in the boots that I always wear. These are my lucky boots. I have since 2017. So in full accountability, I wanted to record this because I'm going to throw the boots away. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to get them resold, but accountability, I just wanted to show that I actually did wear out the sole of my boot. And it made it all the way until end of August. Yeah, August. Oh my God. End of August. So just wanted to put that out there for accountability. And my shoes too. I just got a new pair because I've actually worn down the side there and the sole is completely gone. This is what they look like brand new. So if you look from the side, yeah, we've definitely got our money's worth out of this one. So anyway, full accountability. We got some new kicks because we've done the work. This is the proof, right? Here it is. You can't fake this. And again, a lot of miles on these feet. So just want to put that out there for accountability.